Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Amritpal Singh. Coming up in the next 1 hour. In India's assembly polls, ruling BJP-led NDA secures a landslide victory in Maharashtra. JMM-led India Alliance crosses the halfway mark in Jharkhand. At least 32 people killed and 47 injured in fresh sectarian clashes in Pakistan's northwest province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. COP29 talks in Baku extended as developing countries reject the $250 billion fund offer from rich nations. In Perth test, from a dramatic collapse to a remarkable recovery, KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal lead India's strong comeback in the game against Australia. The Mahayuti alliance, comprising of the BJP, the Shiv Sena and the NCP, is poised to secure a landslide victory in Maharashtra, leading in over 200 seats out of the 288 that went to the polls. This is the alliance's best performance ever in the state.
The BJP-led Mahayuti alliance registered a landslide victory in the assembly polls in Maharashtra. The ruling alliance secured a comfortable majority in the state's 288-seat assembly. This victory marked BJP's best ever performance in the state.
महाराष्ट्र की जनता ने जो अप्रत्याशित इस प्रकार की जीत हमको दी है, इससे ये बात पूरी तरीके से स्थापित होती है कि महाराष्ट्र ये प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के पीछे है और मोदी जी ने जो नारा दिया था, एक है तो सेफ है, इस नारे को यथार्थ में लाते हुए महाराष्ट्र के सभी समाज के सभी लोगों ने एकता दिखाते हुए महाराष्ट्र में मतदान किया है और इसके कारण ये इतनी अच्छी जीत हमको मिली है। मैं विशेष रूप से हमारे लाडली बहनों का, लाडले भाइयों का, लाडले किसानों का, सभी का बहुत आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूं।
Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde expressed heartfelt gratitude to the voters for a decisive victory.
आज मैं महाराष्ट्र के तमाम मतदाताओं को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं, उनका अभिनंदन करता हूं, क्योंकि ये विक्ट्री जो है ये लैंडस्लाइड विक्ट्री है। ये मैंने कहा था कि महायुति को थम्पिंग मेजॉरिटी मिलेगी और इसीलिए मैं तमाम मतदाता जो है, मेरी लाडली बहनाओं को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं, लाडले किसानों को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं और लाडले हमारे भाई हैं, लाडले सीनियर सिटीजन हैं, सभी वर्ग जो है, सभी वर्ग को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं।
A number of constituencies saw close contest among candidates. Baramati constituency saw a clash between Ajit Pawar and his grandnephew Yugendra Pawar, while Vandre East featured Zishan Siddiqui against Varun Sardesai. Among other key battles, Worli constituency saw a close contest between Milind Deora of Eknath Shinde-led Shiv Sena and Aditya Thackeray of Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray and Sandeep Deshpande of MNS. However, at the end, Aditya Thackeray defeated Milind Deora. On the other hand, the opposition alliance Vikas Aghadi, which included Congress, Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray and NCP led by Sharad Pawar, ended a distant second.
जो नतीजे आए हैं ये बिल्कुल इसके विपरीत हैं, पर इसका माने ये नहीं है कि हम हमारे एजेंडे से पीछे हटेंगे।
The Maharashtra Assembly has 288 seats and the majority mark is 145. Voting for this election took place in a single phase on Wednesday. Bureau Report, DD India.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted party workers and leaders at the BJP headquarters in New Delhi after the victory in Maharashtra. Addressing party workers, Prime Minister Modi called it the victory of good governance and development-based politics. The Prime Minister said this is the biggest victory for any pre-poll alliance in the last 50 years. Prime Minister said that this is the stamp of BJP's good governance model. The Prime Minister also said that this mandate will prove to be a milestone for India's Viksit Bharat dream. The Prime Minister also lashed out at the opposition for playing negative politics.
आज महाराष्ट्र में विकासवाद की जीत हुई है। महाराष्ट्र में सुशासन की जीत हुई है। महाराष्ट्र में सच्चे सामाजिक न्याय की विजय हुई है। और साथियों, आज महाराष्ट्र में झूठ, छल, फरेब बुरी तरह हारा है। विभाजनकारी ताकतें हारी है। आज नेगेटिव पॉलिटिक्स की पराजय हुई है। आज परिवारवाद की हार हुई है।
And my colleague Shishir Shalar joins us for more on the story from Mumbai. Shishir, first give us a sense of what is the scene at the headquarters of the party, of the alliance parties who have won. They must be celebrating as results are coming in.
Well, absolutely, Amritpal. Looking at this victory here, it seems that the BJP and its allied partner in Mahayuti will not get a sleep today due to celebration here, which is happening across Maharashtra, starting from the party headquarters also to the various places where the Mahayuti candidates have won this battle. On the other hand, we also see a sleepless night for the opposition as well, because looking at the number they have confined to, it's quite a worrisome factor for even the Mahavikas Aghadi. Well, in fact, looking at this particular victory for the BJP, it's quite unprecedented because they have created records compared to last few the parliamentary elections as well as the assembly election. Because in 2014 we have seen the BJP has got nearly 122 seats, whereas in 2019 we've seen that BJP won 105 seats. But this time around the BJP has achieved 135 seats, and that's the reason it's quite a big record in the BJP. And BJP probably must have got these kind of number for the first time in Maharashtra, and that's the reason I've said that the Mahayuti and the BJP has created record in Maharashtra here. Apart from that, if you look at the tally of the Mahayuti, which has reached to almost 235 and 34, which is also giving them quite a definite number to form the government here. Now, of course, as far as the Congress, the Mahavikas Aghadi and the Congress allies in concern, it is actually one of the worst performance of the Congress in Maharashtra, and probably we have seen some of the Congress leaders have actually said that they will definitely think about it, what went wrong. Whereas Uddhav Thackeray have actually raised some doubt about this victory of the BJP and Mahayuti and said that what exactly went wrong and why the voters have given such a kind of mandate is absolutely is not understanding what went wrong exactly. And that's what the BJP is saying at this point in time, that whatever the fake narrative set by the Mahavikas Aghadi, the opposition, they have washed away all that, and that's the reason they've got this thumping victory. One of the important issues in this particular election is, of course, the development agenda of the BJP versus the fake narrative of the Congress. That's what the BJP is saying. Well, in the Lok Sabha election, we have seen here that the important issue was, of course, the Samvidhan Bachao Andolan, which is created by Mahavikas Aghadi and the India Alliance. But this time around, the slogan which is given by the Prime Minister, that is Ek Rahoge to Safe Rahoge slogan, has created fervor everywhere in Maharashtra, and probably that is what the Mahayuti probably have got these inching numbers here.
Okay.
Apart from that, the second important aspect is, of course, we are looking for the caste factor. But it seems that the caste factor has also did not work here. But let me tell you that one of the most important factor behind this win is, of course, the women power. Particularly in this election, the kind of schemes announced by the government in last few months has turned the table in favor of the Mahayuti, and that's the reason. If you look at the percentage, the voting percentage compared to the last time, this time Maharashtra has witnessed almost 4% or to 5% increase in percentage.
Okay.
And what we got to know from the election commission is that the maximum voters was the women voters, and probably it seems that these women voters have turned the fate of Mahavikas Aghadi in Maharashtra.
All right. Okay, the big question that everybody, Shishir, is asking at this point is, now that it's clear that the alliance, the Mahayuti alliance is forming the government, who will be the chief minister? They went to the polls under Eknath Shinde. But the BJP is the biggest, single largest party in the alliance, overall in the state, and within the alliance, the biggest partner. So will it go to the BJP? If it goes to the BJP, will Devendra Fadnavis be the chief minister? What are you hearing on that account?
Well, there are many theories about it, that who will become the chief minister here. One theory that we've got to know, and probably most of the BJP people, also the leaders and the karyakartas, the party workers, are talking in Mahayuti across the party, like that is the BJP, Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar's NCPs. They're saying that probably the current cabinet structure that they're looking, the working since last 2.5 years, that is one chief minister and two deputy chief minister, looks quite promising here. Even the BJP workers are saying the same thing, and Shiv Sena and the NCP workers are saying the same thing. But obviously the million-dollar question is that who will be the chief minister and who will be the deputy chief minister. But that is not clear yet. But looking at the number tally of the Mahayuti, the BJP has emerged as the single largest party, and probably by nature they will claim for the chief ministerial post here. And it depends on the Mahayuti now that how they can distribute the deputy chief minister portfolio here. Because earlier we have seen here that Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar holding the deputy chief minister post in Maharashtra, and Eknath Shinde was the chief minister. This time around, will the table change, and BJP will take the chief minister candidate with them, and deputy chief minister will be like one from the NCP and one from the Shiv Sena? Is there an important question that everyone is asking. The second important aspect is, of course, the distribution of cabinet portfolios. That is also equally important here. Last time we have seen here that the Ajit Pawar has got the finance department, the finance ministry, whereas Devendra Fadnavis has retained the home ministry here when chief minister was Eknath Shinde here. Will that contribution or probably that kind of structure will again continue? That is also still unanswered. But what we've got to know is that then Devendra Fadnavis has also said that there is no friction as far as the chief ministerial candidate is concerned. All the parties and leaders of the parties will sit together and probably decide that who will become the chief minister and how the portfolio will allocate. And obviously, that's the same kind of the smooth activity we have seen during the ticket distribution also among the Mahayuti.
Yeah.
Although there were actually some of the issues, but those issues were actually dealt with the senior leaders of the party. And now when it comes to forming the government, well, obviously it seems that the three leaders must will sit together and probably discuss about it, and in next couple of days we'll get to know exact formula.
Okay. So there is a template in place. We'll have to see who will fit in those boxes. Will it be a reversal of last time around? Shishir, many thanks for joining us for the moment and giving us that update. And counting is also underway in Jharkhand. Chief Minister Hemant Soren's JMM-led Indi bloc is poised for a comeback in the state. It's currently ahead in more than 50 seats in the 81-member state assembly.
The India bloc, spearheaded by the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, emerged victorious in the Jharkhand Assembly election on Saturday. The JMM and its allies comfortably secured majority mark, while the Bharatiya Janata Party-led NDA coalition could not reach even closer to majority mark. JMM leader and Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Hemant Soren, thanked the people for voting for his party and its alliance.
लगभग 56 प्रत्याशी हम लोगों के जीते हैं। आप लोगों ने पहली बार, मुझे लगता है, ऐसा चुनाव देखा होगा और ऐसे लोकतंत्र की परीक्षा को हम लोगों ने सफलतापूर्वक पास किया।
The JMM party led by Hemant Soren contested 41 out of the 81 assembly seats, while the BJP contested 68 seats. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated the JMM-led alliance for their performance. In a post on social media platform X, the Prime Minister expressed his gratitude to the people of Jharkhand, saying, "I thank the people of Jharkhand for their support towards us. We will always be at the forefront of raising people's issues and working for the state." The election in Jharkhand was held in two phases. The first phase election took place on 30th November and the second phase election took place on 20th November. Bureau Report, DD India.
And Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra won the Wayanad Lok Sabha by-poll with a commanding lead of over 4 lakh votes. Priyanka won over CPIM's candidate Satyan Mokeri, securing more than 6 lakh votes. BJP candidate Navya Haridas was placed third. The Wayanad by-poll gained national attention due to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's electoral debut.
It's a testament to the fact that my brother worked hard there and their love for him and their trust in me. So I feel it's a great honor and I will respect it fully.
And still to come on DD India NewsHour, Donald Trump's sentencing in the criminal hush money case delayed indefinitely. Hungary and Poland warn of rising risks from escalating Russia-Ukraine missile strikes in recent days on each other. Massive avalanche in China's Xinjiang Uyghur region. You're watching DD India NewsHour. I'm Amritpal Singh. The judge in Donald Trump's criminal hush money case delayed his sentencing indefinitely. The judge overseeing Donald Trump's criminal hush money trial has adjourned his sentencing, which was set for next Tuesday. The judge also granted Trump's request to file a motion to dismiss the case, ordering his legal team to submit their papers by December 2nd. Prosecutors have a week to respond. Trump was convicted in May this year on 34 felony counts involving hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels. And US President-elect Donald Trump continues to nominate his new White House team. Trump picked prominent investor Scott Bessent to take on the role of US Treasury Secretary. DD India's Rahul Upadhyaya brings us more.
US President-elect Donald Trump has nominated prominent investor Scott Bessent to lead the US Treasury Department. Bessent advocated for tax reform and deregulation, particularly to spur more bank lending and energy production, as noted in recent opinion.
You know, I am convinced that President Trump is ahead in the polls now. He is going to stay ahead in the polls, and that he may beat Kamala Harris by more than he would have beaten President Biden.
On Friday, Trump has said that he has chosen former State Department official Alex Wong to serve as Deputy National Security Advisor. Wong, who served as Deputy Special Representative for North Korea during the first Trump administration, helped negotiate by summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. President-elect Trump has also chosen Sebastian Gorka to serve as White House Senior Director for Counter-Terrorism, saying he had more than 30 years of national security experience, both men served under Trump during his first term. Ahead of his return to the White House on 20 January 2025, the president-elect has named Pete Hegseth, a military veteran, as his pick for defense secretary, and he wants Robert Kennedy Jr. to be health secretary. Marco Rubio could be the next secretary of state, and billionaire supporters Elon Musk will play a role in cost cutting. Rahul Upadhyay's report for DD India.
And tensions between Russia and Ukraine continue to soar with stepped up missile attacks by both sides. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that the country would continue testing the hypersonic Oreshnik missile, which was launched at Ukraine yesterday. He also said that Russia will initiate mass production of the new missile system. Meanwhile, Ukraine claims to have downed several Russian missiles.
Russia's President Vladimir Putin asserted that Russia would keep testing its new Oreshnik hypersonic missile in combat and had a stock ready for use.
I will emphasize once again, we will continue testing the latest system. It is necessary to establish serial production. We will consider that the decision on serial production of this system has been made. In fact, it has been effectively organized, considering the special strength of this weapon. Its power, it will be put into service in the strategic missile forces.
Russia claimed on Friday that its forces had attacked targets including Ukraine's military-industrial enterprises, energy facilities and military airfields over the past week, while Ukraine reported on the same day that its forces had repelled Russian offensives and shot down dozens of Russian drones. According to Russian Defense Minister, the Russian military has eliminated elite Ukrainian forces in certain battle zones, effectively disrupting Ukraine's deployment for 2025. Hungary's and Poland's prime ministers separately warned of rising risk from the war in Ukraine following missile strikes by both Russia and Ukraine this week.
I believe that in the next 2 months, we Europeans should not base our approach on the rules of Western European style communications policy, but rather on a wartime logic. We must proceed carefully, weighing every sentence and word according to the principle of common sense. Otherwise, we will see what happens.
Wojna na wschodzie wchodzi w rozstrzygającą fazę.
The war in the East is entering a decisive phase. We all know this. We feel that the unknown is approaching. None of us knows the end of this conflict. We only know that it is currently taking on very dramatic dimensions.
Wiemy jednak, że nabiera on bardzo dramatycznych w tej chwili wymiarów.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte met US President-elect Donald Trump in Palm Beach, Florida. A spokesperson for the Transatlantic Military Alliance said on Saturday they discussed the range of global security issues facing the alliance. Bureau Report, DD India.
And climate negotiations at the COP29 have entered a critical stage at Baku in Azerbaijan, where developing and developed nations are locked in an intense debate over climate finance. With protests, revised proposals and a race against the clock, the summit highlights the urgency and complexity of funding global climate solutions. Here's the latest.
You know, we're doing everything we can on each of the axes to build bridges and to make this into a success, but it is iffy whether we will succeed.
These remarks from EU's climate commissioner sums up the mood at COP29 summit amid ongoing talks for climate finance in Baku. His statement came even after rich nations reportedly raised an offer for poorer countries to $300 billion a year by 2035. The summit stretched into overtime on Friday after a draft deal proposing $250 billion per year by 2035 from developed nations faced criticism from multiple parties. Lead negotiator for the COP29 presidency admitted that the proposed $250 billion target falls short of the summit's fair and ambitious goals.
It doesn't correspond to our fair and ambitious goal, but we will continue, of course, to engage with the parties.
As per reports, this led to European Union, the United States and other wealthy countries raising their offer for annual global finance to $300 billion, hoping to break the deadlock at the climate summit. Nonetheless, expressing optimism, Brazil's Environment Minister Marina Silva says they are determined to uphold the credibility of the talks until the very last moment.
I cannot work with the idea that COP29 could happen in the same way that CBD COP16 in Cali happened.
Amid ongoing talks, activists at COP29 held a silent protest, symbolically vetoing the Friday draft agreement, underscoring growing frustration with the slow pace of progress. The summit has exposed sharp divisions. Wealthy nations resist higher financial commitments, while developing nations demand robust funding to address climate change impacts. With the clock ticking in Baku, COP29 isn't just about dollars. It's about trust, equity, and responsibility. The world watches to see whether this summit will mark a turning point or another missed opportunity in the fight against climate change. Bureau Report, DD India.
In northwest Pakistan, sectarian violence continues to escalate. Fresh clashes on Saturday claimed 32 more lives, forcing around 300 families to flee their homes. The latest violence comes just 2 days after gunmen ambushed two police-escorted Shia Muslim convoys in Khurram, killing 43 people. 11 others remain in critical condition. More in this report.
At least 32 people have been killed and 47 injured in sectarian clashes in northwest Pakistan, adding to escalating tensions after deadly attacks on transport convoys earlier this week. The latest violence began Friday night when armed men attacked a village in Khurram district, part of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. In response, a delegation led by Provincial Law Minister Aftab Alam Afridi flew to the district to assess the situation and work towards restoring order. Meanwhile, on Friday, mourners in Parachinar held funerals for 40 Shiite Muslims who were killed in an ambush on an escorted bus convoy. The attackers opened fire on the buses, leaving 29 others injured, including 9 in critical condition.
Among the martyrs, there were infants as little as 6 months old and the woman. They were innocent passengers. What was their fault? Traders have announced a 3-day mourning. All the markets are closed.
As Pakistan reels under the ongoing turmoil, let's look at some of the recent violent incidents that have shaken the nation. 18th November 2024, Pakistan Army, Commando and 6 militants killed in a gunfight in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. 17th November 2024, explosion near a mosque in South Waziristan district, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. 9 November 2024, at least 26 killed and dozens wounded in a bombing at a railway station in Balochistan. 6 November 2024, grenade attack by Balochistan Liberation Front on a security post in Khuzdar district. 6th November 2024, main camp of Voice for Baloch missing persons set on fire near Quetta Press Club. 1st November 2024, bombing near a girls' school in Mastung, Balochistan, killed 8, including 5 children. With violence escalating across Pakistan, the government faces mounting pressure to tackle sectarian tensions and insurgent threats, which continue to destabilize the country and deepen public despair. With inputs from Amish Mahajan, DD India.
And still to come up on DD India NewsHour, we break down the results of the Assembly polls that came in today and analyze the reasons behind it with a guest in the studio. Also, India's Union Minister Manohar Lal flags off a fleet of green hydrogen buses in Leh and Ladakh.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Amritpal Singh. Let's take a quick look at the headlines we're tracking at this hour. In India's assembly polls, ruling BJP-led NDA secures a landslide victory in Maharashtra. JMM-led Indie Alliance crosses the halfway mark in Jharkhand. At least 32 people killed and 47 injured in fresh sectarian clashes in Pakistan's northwest province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. COP29 talks in Baku extended as developing countries reject the $250 billion fund offer from rich nations. And to analyze the assembly election results that came in today from Maharashtra and Jharkhand, I'm joined by Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist. Shekhar, good to have you on the show. Okay, let's first talk about Maharashtra. Let's begin with the question that everybody is asking now that it's clear that the Mahayuti alliance is going to form the government there with a massive win, first, I think, a record ever. But the big question everybody is asking, who will be the chief minister, from which party?
Well, I think the BJP leadership will take a very long-term view. And since this alliance went to the elections with Eknath Shinde as the chief minister, with Devendra Fadnavis as the deputy chief minister, and you had Ajit Pawar as another deputy chief minister, and I don't see any dramatic change at this juncture because there are challenges ahead. What will be kept in mind is the social cohesion as well as the political cohesion. This alliance has projected and has been able to achieve a stunning victory. Because ahead there will be several challenges. There are going to be civic elections, there are going to be municipal corporation elections, all that are going to be kept in mind. Amritpal.
But Shekhar, I mean, given the fact that BJP has emerged the biggest alliance partner, one because it contested the most seats within the alliance, wouldn't they want to keep the chief minister's post with it? There is a template that already exists of two deputy chief ministers to the alliance partners. Could that be the way forward? And if it is a BJP chief minister, would Devendra Fadnavis be the face of the BJP?
Well, as I pointed out, that this is a question that requires a very careful consideration. Because BJP was already the largest party when it decided to support Eknath Shinde to the post of chief minister. And subsequently, Ajit Pawar left NCP and came and joined here. Now, these two parties have established themselves as they are the real Shiv Sena and NCP respectively. The legacy claimed by Uddhav Thackeray as well as Sharad Pawar has been demolished. So, given this situation, what is there before the BJP leadership is not so much as to whether they should have their chief minister or Devendra Fadnavis has to become chief minister again. I don't think these are the questions that are getting attention. Though the BJP rank and file are highly enthused by the results, would love to see a BJP leader as a chief minister. Be that may be, but I think a long-term view will be taken by the BJP leadership as to this alliance has to move forward, implement several schemes that were announced under the government of Eknath Shinde. All these factors will be taken into account. So therefore, I don't see a big dramatic change in terms of leadership. Rather, as the Prime Minister just finished speaking, addressing the BJP workers, this is a very, very important verdict that has come from Maharashtra that is going to strengthen the government's resolves towards Viksit Bharat. So you can already see the Prime Minister placing a premium on the message that is coming from Maharashtra, which is for development. That's why he called it, this is a message for Vikas Vad. So you can see the kind of focus that is there before the BJP leadership, which is to push forward, to accelerate the development process, to accelerate decision making in creating that kind of necessary infrastructure, other systemic changes that will take India forward, that will take India to realize its fullest potential.
Okay. So do you agree when the Prime Minister says it's a victory for good governance and development and a defeat for negative politics, divisive politics, etc.? Or is there more to the reasons behind the alliance's Mahayuti's victory today?
No, one of the reasons that the Prime Minister himself mentioned, that is a very important reason, that in the period that Eknath Shinde took over as Chief Minister with the support of the Congress, you have seen a dramatic change in several decisions being taken for infrastructure creation, social welfare, and other schemes which are intended to take the vehicle of progress in Maharashtra forward actually on a faster pace. That is why you saw several schemes being announced, several programs being rolled out, and those have given results because they underline the government's commitment, this Mahayuti's commitment to bring about big ticket changes. And Eknath Shinde has been saying that ever since he took over as CM, not a single day has passed without his government, his coalition of Mahayuti, taking several important steps, several important decisions. That is why this message coming from the people of Maharashtra, giving a renewed mandate to Mahayuti, is actually a big message that further stabilizes the Prime Minister's mandate that he got in 2024 election. Whatever little doubts was there because of certain setbacks, the Lok Sabha elections, particularly from Maharashtra, they have been reversed. Even in terms of, if you look at in terms of the gains that have been achieved by BJP led alliance, you can see that they have managed to reverse the setbacks they had in more than 105 assembly segments during the Lok Sabha elections. So that means whatever was the prevailing mood of the people of Maharashtra, of the voters of Maharashtra during the Lok Sabha election, that has been completely reversed.
Yeah, in fact, that's a very interesting point that you make, Shekhar. If you look at, both Haryana and Maharashtra, look at, how the BJP performed in the Lok Sabha in these two states, but they completely reversed it in a very short period of time when it came to the assembly. What is this phenomena that's at play?
Well, it boils down to presenting a cohesion. Cohesion in terms of leadership of the alliance, leadership of the government, and also an election strategy that includes selection of candidates, selection of constituencies, smooth arrangement between the allies on the number of seats to be contested, the particular seats to be contested, and then rolling out the kind of things to be done on the basis of the mandate to be secured. That is why you saw that the promises that have been made and also some of the things that were rolled out, particularly Ladli Bahan Yojana, which is actually a model that was first implemented in Madhya Pradesh. It has now been, it was implemented just 4 months ago in Maharashtra, and that has seen a tremendous swing in support of, in terms of, attracting support of women voters particularly. One particular scheme can be given an example, but there are several things that have happened in the last 2.5 years, which has given faith to the people. Lok Sabha elections was largely fought by the Mahavikas Aghadi on the basis that Uddhav Thackeray had been wronged by Eknath Shinde and Sharad Pawar, by Ajit Pawar, because of BJP pushing them to cause a revolt against their leadership. That sympathy factor seems to have evaporated now, because that's a forgotten chapter. What people have wanted in this election is they want a government that performs. They have seen the performance of the government headed by Eknath Shinde, in which BJP is a big partner, and they have also seen. Are you
also saying, Shekhar,
has been rolled out?
Shekhar, are you also saying that the party was quick to learn its lessons from the Lok Sabha and turn it around in a matter of months, both in Haryana and Maharashtra?
Whenever BJP has suffered a setback in any election, whether it is assembly or parliamentary election, there has been a kind of postmortem to draw lessons and to bring corrections. So you saw it in Haryana, you have seen it in Maharashtra. And as the Prime Minister said today, look, this is not about winning an election or forming a government. It is more about, our commitment in the making of this nation, building of this nation, and preparing this nation for the future. So a victory in Maharashtra also means that the Prime Minister's plan for this quicker development, Prime Minister's plans for lifting more people out of poverty, giving more opportunities for the people, that gets a further boost because this verdict from Maharashtra is a stabilizer. It stabilizes whatever little problems that the BJP could have faced post the Lok Sabha election by sending out a strong message through a campaign that saw more emphasis on local leadership, correct selection of candidates, which has given them a good result.
Okay. Jharkhand, what didn't work for them in Jharkhand? What worked for the JMM or the Indie bloc?
It's a very good question because whatever we are saying about Maharashtra, about course correction, about those things, in Jharkhand particularly, BJP has not been able to retrieve the ground it has lost since, I would say, the last assembly elections in 2019. Because today the results in Jharkhand reflect more or less the same situation that has prevailed since 2019. And which is essentially Jharkhand Mukti Morcha has been able to retain its hold over particularly those constituencies which are predominantly seen as
the ST constituencies
by the ST community.
Yeah.
And BJP's efforts in this direction has not been so successful. Though in other areas BJP has been able to secure, and also the kind of social alliance that Jharkhand Mukti Morcha has been able to sustain with the help of other allies has continued despite Hemant Soren facing charges of corruption, facing investigation. And Hemant Soren's narrative that he was a victim of high-handedness by the BJP, and that seems to have somehow prevailed. And BJP's effort to win over more larger sections has not apparently succeeded in this election.
All right. Shekhar, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us and sharing your insights with us. Thank you. And moving on, President Draupadi Murmu addressed the 7th edition of the Literature Festival Sahitya Aaj Tak and gave away the awards for the 2nd edition of Aaj Tak Sahitya Jagriti Samman, which was organized by the India Today group. Delivering her address, President was happy to note that the award-winning works of today's awardees reflect the diversity of India from the past to the present and introduce several generations of writers together. She said that the pan-India consciousness was always present in our country's regional works of literature. President congratulated Indian lyricists, authors, screenwriters and also film director Gulzar for the Aaj Tak Sahitya Jagruti Lifetime Achievement Award. All right, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar virtually addressed India Foundation's Ideas Conclave on building Brand Bharat. Jaishankar said that the Brand Bharat reflects our civilizational character. It's a statement of authenticity, be it in the representation, articulation of beliefs. Jaishankar said that brand is equally a message that we now are more ambitious, drawing on our own past, fashioning our own lexicon, advancing our own ideas and engaging the world more on our terms.
Bharat is a statement of authenticity, be it in representation, articulation or beliefs. Even our economic energies required a connotation of Atmanirbharta in that background. It is equally a message that we are now more comfortable in our own skin, drawing on our own past and fashioning our own lexicon and advancing our own ideas.
A massive avalanche occurred in China's Xinjiang's Uyghur region on Thursday, engulfing the entire valley below in a matter of seconds. Look at those visuals on your screen. Dramatic moment captured the enormous mass of snow cascading down from the summit of Chakragil in Kunlun Mountains. However, no injuries or casualties were reported at Chakragil, which is more than 6,000 meters above the sea level and is constantly covered with snow. The region had recently experienced heavy snowfall, resulting in a build-up of snow thick enough to trigger the avalanche. Israeli airstrikes continue targeting Hezbollah strongholds in Beirut's southern suburbs, causing significant damage and casualties. Israel accused Hezbollah of embedding its infrastructure in civilian areas and using the population as human shields. Residents of Beirut were downbeat about the prospects of an imminent ceasefire on Saturday after powerful Israeli strikes hit the city center early in the morning. And still to come up on DD India NewsHour, all you need to know about the happenings on day 4 of the IFFI in Goa. And Indian Olympian Ritika Huda wins gold medal at the World Military Championship in Albania. You're watching DD India NewsHour. I'm Amritpal Singh. Day 4 of IFFI witnessed the culmination of 100 creative minds of tomorrow's 48-hour challenge. The experience brought a wholesome learning to participants along with an opportunity to connect with the world leaders. Here's more.
Day 4 of the 55th edition of International Film Festival of India witnessed the culmination of Film Bazaar's 48 hours Creative Minds of Tomorrow challenge. The 100 shortlisted participants worked day and night to complete their film in time and worked for it till the last moment. As the clock ticked, the participants took a deep breath and cheered for each other. Speaking on it, Team Purple expressed their delight and said that this has been a great opportunity for them.
I really want to thanks to Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and National Film Development Corporation that you give us such a wonderful platform. It's a great opportunity for young artists like us to get such an opportunity here in national, international level, and it's the most authentic platform. Thank you so much, and thank you, Didi, for covering us.
Among 1.4 billion people, we are representing our country in a platform that is being covered by the entire global media. So in short, we are at the forefront. We are the center of attention. We are representing a nation of different cultures, of different states, of different every color. These all 100 are precious colors.
Creative Minds of Tomorrow aims at identifying the young Indian cinematic talents and offer an international platform to showcase emerging creative voices. Speaking on the importance of this event, Neerja Sekhar, who is the Special Secretary of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, said that this platform provides an opportunity to young creative minds and connect them to global cinema.
Initially, when the talent scouting was started, when our Honorable Minister Mr. Anurag Thakur used to be there at his time, it was conceptualized in his time. We were looking for 75 talents because it was 75 years of India's independence, but gradually it has moved on to 100 talents, and also from a few to 10 film crafts and now 13 film crafts. So it's not only the expansion in the number of talent that we are scouting, but also the number of film crafts that we are looking at, whether it is costume designing or makeup or editing, cinematography, direction, acting, everything put together. So the film industry, the content creation industry, as it is expanding into a variety of fields and various segments. So we are very happy the way it is expanding, and we are able to select these talents and present them to the Indian and the global industry.
Creative Minds of Tomorrow began with 75 minds celebrating India's Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and now it has expanded to 100 creative minds, widening the horizons of young talent pool from across the country. Deepika Mehto's report for DD India.
Actor Amit Saad, who walked the red carpet for his film premiere Pune Highway, talked exclusively to DD India's Deepika Mehto and shared his thoughts on the transformational journey of cinema, his experience as an actor and the importance of OTT app Waves. Take a listen.
The 55th edition of International Film Festival of India is buzzing with stars, and we have with us Amit Saad. A very warm welcome, and thank you so much for exclusively talking to DD India, Amit.
Thank you, Deepika, and thank you for talking to me.
And Amit, first of all, we would like to know about the experiences that you've witnessed throughout your journey, because you've worked for television and then cinema, and then you've seen the transformational wave of OTT as well. How this has been for you?
The country is transforming, technology is transforming, storytelling, the methods of storytelling, the platforms, that will keep changing. But at heart, I think what drives us into making movies and telling stories is the passion to tell a story and share it with the world, with the country.
Talking about the changing the transformational journey of cinema, technology has played its important role, and we've seen the arrival of OTT, and you would know better the importance of OTT. Prasar Bharati has also introduced Waves app. What are your views on that?
It's all great. I think the way we are engaging with technology and vision is spectacular, and that's the new India. I think we're using the technology in the best possible way, uniting people and keeping the future in mind, and making sure that we work hard in the present and continue progressing.
So there you heard Amit Saad talking about cinema, talking about OTT and a lot more. With camera person Alok, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Goa.
You're watching DD India News Hour, and time now for some sports news. And on to the sports. India dominated day 2 of the Perth Test against Australia, consolidating their position at the stumps. Yashasvi Jaiswal and KL Rahul are unbeaten, stretching India's lead to 218 runs. Good news is that India didn't lose a single wicket in the final 2 seasons. Yashasvi Jaiswal is unbeaten on 90 runs, while KL Rahul is at the crease on 62. Earlier, Jasprit Bumrah took a 5-wicket haul as India bundled out Australia for 104, taking a 46 runs lead. Resuming the day at 67 for 7, Australia lost the wicket of Alex Carey and Nathan Lyon in early stages. However, the partnership between Michelle Stark and Josh Hazlewood brought the Aussies some momentum. India's wrestler Ritika Huda won the gold medal in the women's 76 kg category at the World Military Championships, which is being held in Albania from the 20th to the 23rd of November. Huda, who lost a close quarter-final bout at the Paris Olympics, is the second woman from India to achieve this feat. And that's all in this edition of DD India News Hour, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India's mobile app. The app is available both on Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code you see on your screens right now to download. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Amrit Pal Singh from my entire team here in Delhi. Thank you for watching DD India News Hour.
issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
जिंदगी की हर छोटी बड़ी जरूरत के लिए आप जो सपने सजाते